Hey guys, how's it going? It's Flux here, and welcome back to the beautiful Fluxburgh. And as you can see, we started on this new little interchange down here on the new island. And you may notice I kind of just like stopped right in the middle of working on this. Mostly because I got a cool idea for this top part up here. But also because I will be probably kind of like periodically continuing this and then reworking this. Mostly because I really want this to interact a lot with the main part of the city down here, this kind of downtown area, which is going to be down over here on this side. And because of that, I'm trying to kind of figure out where I should put these roads, where these connections should go, and how we're going to work this stuff. So just kind of a brief overview of what's going on here right now. We've got the obviously the entryway and the exit. So the entryway, of course, goes straight around here, and then it just kind of continues on this way. We're actually going to have a municipal airport either here on this side or all the way down here on this little island back this way. So that's why the main highway kind of goes off in this direction. Now, we have one branch off over here, which heads straight down towards this little tip of the island. This is going to be one of many little branch offs that connects to the main part of the city. Now, I don't want to have all the traffic just taking this one single branch off. So we're also going to have another branch off that goes this way, and this is going to lead us down. And then here comes a new split. So keep up here. It's kind of a lot of things to keep in mind here. But this side, what you can see here is we have two of these coming in. One from, imagine it being the entering road, or the entering road, I guess. And then one being the exiting road, which is right here. Hang on a minute. Exiting road, which is right. Okay, I'm already lost again. Oh my god, this is so confusing. Oh yeah, okay, this is the exiting road that branches straight into here. So basically, this is going to be its own connection with its own entrance from the entering side and the exiting side, and then again, the exit from this side here, and it's also going to split off and come down this way as well. So this has access to both directions, of course, and then both directions have access to this. And this is going to go off. It's going to kind of hover over this avenue right here and then come down. I'm not really sure how we're going to make this work yet, but I was kind of imagining this being like a little bit of a canyon. We're going to have another like little kind of raised area over here. So you have two little bridges that cross. And then as it kind of hits each little kind of landform, we'll have it lower a bit in height. That way when we get to the ocean, we're kind of lowering down in height again, even more so, and approaching the island height level. And this is going to go off to Yudo's embassy. So if you know, I'm making Yudo an embassy because he made me an embassy. So this will be what that connection is for. Again, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little confused on exactly which roads go where, but that's the general gist, and I'll be working on this more later when we have some more of this stuff done. We've kind of planned this stuff out more for that. So the next big thing that's important to remember is that this is going to be a secondary entrance point. So if you want to kind of come in this way and then split off, but you want to cut in to this side of the city instead of into this side of the city, you can split off here and then come in and enter over here. So the second entrance is going to come this way, and right about this area I had this idea of why don't we have an avenue that comes in this way and crosses here, goes underneath the double highway, and then comes out on this side over here. And then we're going to have this avenue kind of wrap around. So basically, I want to have kind of a loop with avenues going out in this direction, but I don't want it to be a single loop. I don't want to force all the traffic onto these single avenues here or here. So I want to have a connecting avenue, at least one coming underground here, and then possibly one more on this side as well. And believe it or not, that led me to another kind of train of thought, and I thought, well, we need to kind of define what this upper area is going to be here, because we don't want to start making tunnels that pop out on this side without knowing exactly how much room we need for whatever we're building up here, and I want to optimize space as best as possible on this little island. So then I started thinking about what I want to have on this little ledge here, and I thought, why don't we do a golf course? Because I know I was going to want to do at least one golf course on this island, as it is a resort after all, so it kind of needs to have a nice little relaxing golf course area. So I got these really awesome golf course assets. You can see these, like, it's got like a flag and everything, you know, some sand pits and, you know, a nice fairway. It looks really, really good. And I almost think that combining these two like this kind of looks like it's got like a main fairway, and this is kind of like the second piece of the fairway after the little like cliff drop-off area right here, where you would shoot out and over and land on this side. So just kind of some ideas right there, some things we're working with. And unfortunately, there's only two of these on the workshop right now. It's just this little long piece and this little short piece that's available. So these two are the same, obviously. And it's not really a big deal because it all kind of looks the same anyway. So I'm going to try to make a little golf club up here on the top of this big plateau thing. I want to have plenty of holes coming around this way, maybe even down over here on this side. So this is going to be the central golf course kind of area. So that's why I stopped for now. Believe it or not, that's the reason. I would like to do the golf course now this episode, and then we'll come back once we finish the golf course next episode, and we can continue kind of bringing some roads in this way and further developing the downtown area. But what I want to do right now is make this golf course. I want to have a really cool looking, it just reminds me, I don't know, it's like a really cool view, like you're way up here on top of the island, so you can see you got a beautiful view of Stryewood and maybe Flux City behind it. You can see all of their stock grove down that way. You can see Pollution Point even, and you know, the beautiful Hickory Ridge and Yankville County down this way. So it's a really, really cool place. I think that playing golf here would be really, really awesome. So anyway, let's get to it. What I was kind of imagining for this, you can see the way I'm laying this out right now. I'm going to probably do multiple little plateau type things like this so we can get nice even ground to put the golf course on without having it all just like one big flat piece. So I want to have another elevated piece a little bit higher up over on this side, and that will be the, I don't know, like the kind of the clubhouse area where we're going to have like the entry to it. Maybe we'll have like a nice little tennis club kind of thing in the corner too. I got a lot of really cool assets for this. These are the two golf courses, but I also had like a tennis club in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Well, we got some nice public waterfronts and some cool little plazas and all that good stuff. This is really cool, actually. Got some walkways with shops. Ooh, there's another court. Hang on a minute. Wow, okay. So there's actually more than just that. We got this golf course hole as well. Interesting. That is something I did not know. Okay, wow, that's good then. So we have 3. Let me see if there's any more. Don't think there's any more than that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we have 3. That's good. But what I want to use is this little like tennis club, maybe this tennis club instead. This one's kind of the larger one. And then we got like a shopping mall. Oh, that's a cinema, actually. We got some outdoor basketball courts. I think I got like a... What else did I get here? We have the swimming pool, obviously. That's really cool. That could go in the kind of country club area up here. But this lighthouse is going to look really awesome. I was thinking of putting this down somewhere, maybe off over here near the shore. But we have a ton of everything to work with, so this will be a lot of fun. I also went and downloaded, for some reason, like the last, I don't know, week or so, we've gotten like so many different new casinos all of a sudden, which is really, really strange. So I have a bunch of new casinos we can work with as well. Let me see if I can find, I think those are on the last level here. Yeah, here we go. So I got this gigantic Nero's Palace Casino. I got this big Centrum Casino. I also got this really awesome ADI roller coaster, which is pretty sweet, so that can go in our amusement park, and this cool little globe thing. So, yeah, we got a lot of things to work with here, but anyway, for the country club, or the little clubhouse area, how about we, let's see, I want to try and make this, I don't want it to be too high up, but I want it to be taller than this first hole, so that's probably a pretty good height to work with. We'll do something like this. Then we'll just kind of flatten this area out a little bit, make some room to work with. And how I've been doing this lately has just been basically making more room than we need and then cutting back afterwards. It's kind of the easiest way of handling this, I think, anyway. So, in fact, why don't we do a hole over here? Hang on a minute. Let me see. At first, I want to just connect this. Kind of looks weird right now. You have it kind of just like do that. There we go. All right, awesome. And then this one needs to come over this way. So I might have it do a little like loop around to some nice kind of park stuff over here. But we could do one more hole down this way if we wanted to. Yeah, kind of a weird way of setting this up, but let me try this real quick. Let me see if I can do this, make this happen. So we'll curve this way, have the golf cart trail kind of head down in this direction. Now, what I really wish is that these golf course assets were free place. They're actually not. You have to put them on something. So I have to place these on my walkway somewhere, which is kind of annoying. But that's okay. Then we could use like the nice little smaller walkways instead, but not a big deal. So anyway, let's bring this out a little bit in this direction. Then we'll have, let's see, let me just see if I can find a place where this can actually sit. Maybe right here is a good spot. In fact, this is a great spot right here. Let's try and make it go this way and then back towards the country club. So if I put down one of these, then I want it to actually do the same thing that the that this one's doing here, except maybe a bit more at an angle like this or something. So we'll try this. Then instead of using 1, we're going to use 2 and 3. So I'll do 2 like that. That one's certainly on the edge there, but that's okay. And then I want to have this next one kind of curved at a bit of an angle that's even different than this one over here, just to kind of get a bit more of a unique hole type in. Let me make this a bit higher up though. It seems like it's not really as high as it could be. I think this is a better height to use. There we go. Awesome. And then the second hole could actually be a little bit of a, oops, that went a little bit higher than I wanted it to. Let's try and level that out a little bit so you don't block that thing. And then I want to have, here we go. So this is going to be the end of the last hole right here. Let's see if I can make this work. Let's see how big it is first. Okay. So we'll try and have this. This is actually the first hole, not the last hole. I don't know why I said the last hole. So I'll try and go with something like this. Okay, it's a little bit too close. A little further back on this. But yes, you can find these in my asset list. So if you want to go and try playing around with these, I definitely have them in the asset list. So you can go ahead and check my collection in the description and take a look at all that stuff. Why is this actually curving down a little bit? Oh, it's not really curving down too much. We're fine. Let's get some more room to work with, though. This top part should definitely be a little bit bigger since it's going to be housing pretty much the entire country club. So we'll do something like that. Now we got some more space to work with. How is that? Ooh, that's perfect. Oops, that's going to be a bit covered. That's okay, though. So the first hole is going to be like a tee off this way. Actually, I kind of like it being angled a bit more. So that this side is facing this way, so it seems like you'd be hitting over the trees over here. So why don't we do that real quick instead? So we'll try this instead. This should get us some better control over where it goes to. So we'll try that. That's much better. Okay. Oops, that's totally hidden underground though. Okay. Hang on a minute. Let's fix this. Alright, much better. So we're going to use that height. Is that close enough? I think it is. I should need to kind of fill it in with some trees and things. Where's the right tree? Wow, I really can't tell which tree's which anymore. They all got switched around in the order. I'm pretty sure it's this one? Is this the right oak tree? No, it's not the right one. It's the oak with leaves too, I think. Or is it just tree with... No, it's oak with leaves too. Okay. That's good. That kind of seems like two different holes, I guess, but... I don't know, whatever. What if we use hole number 1 here instead? Just curious. Is it the right length? Ooh, this is going to work. Let's try this. That's a bit better, I think. Okay. Might work a bit better if it's the other way around, though. In fact, it definitely would make more sense, at least, if it was the other way around. So why don't we try and change this? So I guess this is going to be the first hole. It's going to be like a small par 3 or something. And then, let's see. Let me try looping this around a little bit if we can. I'll just draw the first part now before I do anything else. That might actually go off the edge there. That's okay. Pretty close, though. Yeah, pretty close, but we're good to go. Really, really cool, though. I like that a lot. Okay, so first asset is done. Might need a little bit of a park kind of thing down here, but that's okay. We can make that happen. So this one's going to go and curve up here. So the idea with this is that you would come up and connect to here. So you'd go up here and you'd hit your shot over on this side. Then when you're done, you would come back down here and connect on this side like this and go to the next hole. Then here's the connection from the back, I guess. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Actually, you know, we could use walkways that aren't the big paved roads for things like this. See if I can find it. There we go. Let's try this real quick. Whoops. Right in the corner there. Get this snap tool off. Alright, much better. So that goes over here. We'll have some nice trees and things here in a minute. I'm just kind of laying out the basics of this one real quick. Okay, the next hole will be down here. So you'd take this down this way. Like that. Awesome. Then the next hole kind of goes around here. I'm actually going to make a little, maybe some tents or something up here. I don't know. See what we can do. Is it here that the tents are? Wait, where are the tents at? What am I thinking? They're here, right? Yeah, they're here. So there's the canoe. Here we go. So, what would fit good here? I think the tents are kind of our best bet right now. Okay, let's do that. Don't really have any like little shelters or anything, but the tents kind of look nice too, so we'll go with that. So we don't need any actual zonable roads, so we can use these simple little pathways. See if I can do something like this and have like a little branch off that comes over here like this, and we'll have some nice tents on this side. Then I'll just do, wow, that's like right there, isn't it? Distance too short, come on. Wow, I didn't realize how close that was. Hang on a minute. Let's make this a bit of a steeper turn. There we go. Okay. First few holes down. Let's try to vary the height a bit now, since we've already kind of used the same height a few times in a row now. So we can do the next one down here. Let's try and lower this a tiny bit if we can. Perfect. Oops, that's a little bit large. I'll try and work with this. Maybe from this side this time. Oops, wrong one. So, let's use the long and skinny one again, since we haven't used that one in a while. Or at least it's on the other side, so not so noticeable. Make some room over here for it first. Yeah, and then we can have like a nice little downward slope to get to it on this side. Awesome. And this is going to take you there. Might not be long enough, though. Pull this out a tiny bit more. We'll make this a 9-hole. So you golf twice to get 18 holes in. That's probably about right. Where's the other one? Oh, it's down this way, isn't it? Just want the first hole. Here we go. Well, that's right on the edge, isn't it? That's good though, right? Did we cut anything off, or are we good to go? That is perfect. Right on the edge, which is what I'm kind of looking for anyway. I wonder if these will be affected by terrain manipulation. Oh, they won't. Wow, it just, but it kind of glitches out. You wouldn't want to do that. So you want to probably avoid. It won't actually shape the terrain around it, but it also won't glitch out, so that's good. Oh wow, it actually is kind of elevated in some places. You don't really notice it. Might have to go back and do some fine tuning to make us all look nice. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go back and do that off camera, but okay. So there's that. There's that hole. Maybe do one more going this. Wait, hang on a minute. We want to make these seem like they're coming off the end of the last hole, so you wouldn't want to just like continue off of here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So if it dead ends there, we could have it like a walk around section, but you probably want to have the next one start from here. Make a little more sense. Though it probably should be more of an angle, so it's actually okay if it's like this. We'll just have a little bit of a little wraparound to connect here. No big deal. Okay, that's not going to be perfectly level though, so hang on a minute. Definitely not the easiest asset to work with on uneven terrain, but that's okay. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay. There's that one. Then the next hole could be right around the corner. Maybe maybe from here. I think I'll connect all these at the end instead of trying to connect each one after the last one. So this is going to connect over here. We'll get the smallest hole for this one. A little bit too steep over here though, so hang on a minute. There we go. Throw this on there. That's a good spot. I like that. Perfect. That looks really nice, actually. I like how this kind of lines up like that. Okay. Let's get some... I kind of think something that looks nice, kind of looks like an actual golf course, is using a combination of the cement paved walkways, and also I want to use these little single barriers. They just kind of seem like things you'd see on the ledge near a golf course. Maybe around here somewhere. I'll do those in a minute though. Alright, so we have currently 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna call this 3. I'm gonna count this as one big hole. So 1, 2. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we still need 4 more. Okay, that's pretty good. 4 more to get back. We can do that. I'll do a few. Yeah, we'll figure that out in a minute. Actually, I want to connect it now so I don't forget later. That's probably a good idea. Smooth this out a tiny bit so we can make the connection look more even. Oops, that's the wrong type. There we go. There we go. And then, oh, you know what? You can actually, oh yeah, I guess you could just delete these after you place them. You don't really need to have the same thing there. Yeah, why don't we just do this? This makes a little more sense. Looks a little bit cleaner too, I think. So if we do this a few times, yeah, this will look much better. Can delete a few of these on the way. I don't know why I didn't do this before, honestly, but this is going to be much better. Alright, we don't need this one here either. We do need these like this because they're going to kind of create a bit of a height fix. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, no, you know what? We can make this work too. We can use some smoothing tools to do this. That's always the weird thing about this game that I kind of forget about, is that in like SimCity, if you would go and try to delete like I don't know, a road that was next to a park or a building or something, it would just like instantly delete the building and really suck. But in this game, if you do that, it just deletes the road and it leaves whatever building was there before, or park, whatever else you're using. So kind of convenient, kind of nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little wrap around this way. So hang on a minute. Yeah, the club's gonna be up here. So this is the first hole, this is the second hole, this is the third hole. That's probably the best way to handle this. So no need for this like little road in between. Might make some like mountainous terrain actually between this, so it kind of looks like it's a nice, I don't know. So it kind of looks like it's filled in space. Let's do that real quick. I'll try to not mess up any of these golf courses though, if we can. Is that really the smallest you can go on that brush? Really? Okay, interesting. But alright, I'll take it. Could have some mountain even kind of coming into this hole a little bit. Some interesting terrain to work with. Okay. Kind of cool, different steps and stuff, different platform levels, all that good stuff. This will be one of the ledges I'm talking about. We kind of wrap around over here. There's our little place for some tents and whatnot. Okay, so you definitely walk the course for this part. So let's think about this again. So 1, 2, and then this is 3. So this one can connect kind of like it's just passing by. Why is this starting up elevated? It's kind of that one glitch that I get sometimes. Just gotta fix it by not connecting it all the way. Kind of a weird thing that happens. I don't know why it does that. And I think I'll do some more terrain stuff over here. If we can get it to fit. Oops, that was unintentional. Control Z. My best friend in this game sometimes. She didn't really know that was a thing until more recently, but definitely a really useful tool to know. Alright, this is just about level. What? Why is clicking this making it go down in height? Oh, it's thinking I'm using the old tool. There's a bug with this where you can accidentally, if you're using like a different tool and then you just like switch tools really fast, sometimes it doesn't like recognize that you switch tools, and it'll say you switch tools and then it'll keep using the old tool, and it totally throws me off sometimes. I really have no idea why it does that. Definitely this part here needs some elevation, that's for sure. Alright, there we go. Then we'll continue with this a little bit more. Oops. That's pretty good on that. Awesome. Alright, so far so good on this thing. We don't really need this, obviously. And then I'll let this stuff kind of come over here. Do a nice little turnaround right there. I'll make a little shortcut in case you want to cut in this way like this, but we're going to pretend the back of the hole's over here. Well, actually it is, so it kind of makes sense. It'd be kind of cool, I think, to make a nice little area with a nice view over here when you wrap around towards the next hole. Then we'll do the next few holes kind of around this area again. I kind of want to keep going with the whole rough terrain idea, so we'll throw in some more patches of elevated terrain here and there. Awesome. Okay, so for the last hole, I was thinking, what if we had like a big canyon jump? That would be pretty sweet. So we could have like this stuff kind of cut in here like this. Oops, I should actually draw out the holes first before I start cutting in. But if we have this kind of spread out in this direction a little bit, so there's some extra room to work with, then what if we have, let's see, what's the starting hole for this? I think we start with the long and skinny. Actually, why don't we just do 2 of the small ones? That's kind of the best way to handle this, I think. So we start with this hole right here. And I think we decided that shooting over from, hang on. This angle, I think, is the best. Let me make sure this is the right direction, though. Yeah, this is right. So if you shoot from that angle, then we're teeing off. Yeah, we could pretend that you're like hitting around here and then shooting over like this. That kind of makes sense. Okay. That looks pretty clean. Maybe lower this a tiny bit so we're not going over that, but not a big deal. I'm also going to delete this. And then the second part of the hole could be over here. Whoops, I have to draw the second side. And I'm going to go ahead and just have it. I want to actually have the side where we draw right here. This should be the side that's facing the shot. That's a pretty big gap. Let me make this a bit smaller. Make it like a reasonable shot. Alright, how's that? That's better. Then we'll just delete this real quick. I wonder what happens if I just make a steep drop off right where that little cement piece is. Ooh, wow, this is so big. Okay, I thought I could make it smaller than that. I was gonna say. Oh yeah, you know what we could do is we could also kind of create our own rough and customize these a little bit by just like raising and lowering certain spots. Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. Why haven't I thought of this before? If we just kind of like raise this over here on this side. Kind of looks like you just walk over this way. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, that's perfect. Minus the fact that this is floating, but just about perfect anyway. Then we just do a little bit of raising over here. There's the ledge. A little bit over here. Perfect. There's the ledge shot. This one kind of went the opposite direction. Whoa, did we delete this? What the heck just happened? It, like, disappeared. That was weird. I might have altered the height too much there. Let's try this again real quick. Can I make this any smaller? Nope. Okay, that's fine. We'll use this then. It's actually about right anyway. Alright, I'll take that. Pretty cool little shot. It's kind of like a little tee box, even though it's supposed to be the green. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and draw this out real quick. Can we get a better angle on this? I mean, this little corner here is pretty good too. If we were to draw, let me think about this for a minute. If we flip it the opposite direction, wait. Yeah, if we draw this way, this would look pretty good, right? Oops, I did that wrong. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hit from there. I want it to be this spot, not this spot. So we'll have to draw it how we did last time. That's a cool looking gap to shoot though. I think anyway. Alright, maybe some, oops, there's an example of that not working right. But I'll just try to get some variation here at this, the side of this little cliff here. Alright, so that is it for this time now. I don't know where we stopped there. I'm just kind of, wrapping it up for now because I spent a lot of time on this. I probably cut out a lot of that stuff actually, just kind of some leveling out and all that stuff. But we have our 9-hole golf course now, so that's pretty awesome. We've got this interchange in the works here, which is working out really well so far as well. And then next time we'll come back here, we will probably have a little time lapse again with me kind of working out and putting in some details all over the golf course, some nice flowers, all that stuff. And then also possibly the clubhouse up here. I might do that stuff live. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do with that. But either way, we'll get that stuff done, and we'll start work on, of course, the rest of the city and finish up the infrastructure. We'll start getting the roads coming in across underneath the highway and then down out on this side again and work on this side of the city. And I think we might even do the amusement park over on this side. So we'll figure that out later, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of City Skylines. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.